Hey there, YouTube land. Big Dave here, and we're going to go on to a viewer question. So I want to thank you guys for following along and subscribing, sending me messages, and it's great. I love it, and feel free always to start a little controversy, make a comment below. Anyway, no. So the question is, it's more than one question, but it was about what kind of, should we get a new saxophone neck, or is the neck matter, or all that kind of stuff. So, you know what? Opinions are opinions. In my opinion, it's an opinion. So you can take what I tell you and either buy into it or you don't like it, But here's the thing. If you were to measure the end of this tube and the beginning of this tube, and then take 10 other necks or 50 other necks and measure the ends of the tubes, you're going to find they're not all the same. They might be close, but they're not all the same. So what you essentially have is a very slightly larger bore on one and a very slightly smaller bore on another one, and the same on this end. Another thing you're going to find is the shape of this curve is not going to be the same. It's going to have more of a dip and go this way. It might be more up angled. There's a lot of effects here, Think about how an airplane flies. And they want to change the direction that the airplane is going. They move things on the wings, and that changes the way the air goes. And some of that is the same as this, the way the air is going, where it goes. I was talking one day to a great saxophonist who called me up about some of his wooden mouthpieces. I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that. But we were talking about the shape on the inside of his mouthpieces and some things that he was observing and he wanted to try to have changed. And I said to him, this is how I feel about it. Think of a waterfall. Go look at a little stream outside somewhere. And there's a stream. And when there's a big rock, the water goes around that rock. And when there's little rocks, it kind of goes over it. And sometimes it's worn down already from years of whatever, and the stones are worn down, and it goes over nice and smooth. And other times it's jagged rocks, and it goes through jagged. Well, I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening here, because it's a tube and it's smooth on the inside and blah, blah, blah. But it's similar. You have a shape, you have a efficiency to how the air goes in. If the tube is more straight, it has a different efficiency than if it's curved, and it has a certain other shape to match up to where you are. And also the angle of how it goes into your mouth. Is it more down? Is it more straight? Is it more up? And depending on your physical characteristics, it's going to matter. And now let's take these two mouthpieces. Let's look at these two. This one has a smaller bore in the back coming out of the shank. This is a little bit larger. But they're both tenor mouthpieces. So this one, because it has a slightly smaller bore, that's more correct to the old style Auto Links, let's say. And also the Berg Larsens are similar to this shank size, but they even get narrower as they go in. Except for the number twos, some of them, the later ones, after the duckbills, they kind of stay almost the same in the back. But we're not going to get into all that today. I'm just saying this is a smaller shank here, slightly. And it's going to be tighter on the cork. It's going to barely fit. Look, I can't even get on this cork, okay? But it's a tenor mouthpiece, and it's meant to be something like an Auto Link. This is a modern Auto Link, and it goes right on, no problem. So the bore back here is bigger. That, again, your efficiency of where your airflow is, it's a smaller shank. It's going in more kind of direct. The other one is bigger. It's different. The way it enters, it's not as, how should I say? It's not as small before it goes in here. It's not as compact. It all matters. Now, I've done all kinds of experiments with necks on saxophones, and I'm not going to get into all that. Um, I'm just going to tell you that if you have a horn that doesn't play that good, try a couple necks on it, and you might find that one whole part of the horn just opens up. I had a horn. I like the horn. It plays in tune, everything like that. But the low register to me just wasn't really happening. And I tried some different kind of neck situations and some other things. And all of a sudden, I had a big low register because the neck just played better. My old Mark 6 that I played for years, 20-something years, I played that same Mark 6. I had 3 necks for it. 3 Mark 6 necks, not off-brand necks. And every one of those necks played different. One was brighter, one had more big low register, more of a traditional sound. The other one had more of a modern sound. But the other one, the third neck, to me, was always sharp, and I sold it. So I took that out of the rotation, and then I had 2 necks for however long. This is a Mark 7 neck. I'm just using this to show you this deal. I have a few Mark 7s. I have a few Mark 7 necks. And if I switch them up, they all play different. The horn plays different, the neck plays different. But every time I change the neck, if I put one neck on a Mark 7, change it to another neck, I might get better overtones or better harmonics. I might get better low tones. You have to try. I'm not going to sit here and tell you today that the neck is the answer to all your dreams and your problems. But I will say, check out some necks because they do make a difference. And, like I just said in the beginning of this video, the opinions, everybody has an opinion. This is my opinion. I think I've done enough testing and trying and testing and checking out different things to know what I feel I'm saying is accurate. I'm not going to sit here and mislead people on some kind of, stuff that is not accurate, to at least to the test. I also have this really great thing. It's my phone. And I can get on that phone and call up some really good players who are really tight on this information. And we've had discussions and different things over the years with different people. And I know how some of them feel about it, But this is the deal. The deal is, if you feel that your horn doesn't play that great and you can try some other necks, check them out. Like Yamaha. Yamaha makes a whole line of necks. You can buy one horn, you can have 3 different necks. It's not always just the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece has something to do with it. The angle that the mouthpiece goes into your mouth is another factor. And I have other videos on that. If you are having different kind of problems, I would highly suggest that you check out the angle that the mouthpiece goes into your mouth and adjust, your head or your neck strap or whatever. Okay, that's it. Thank you for following along. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sending me messages. Whether you like me or you don't, it's a whole different story. And here we are. So that's it. So today's discussion was the neck. Catch you later.